Welcome to another episode of Why Are There So Many Pillows? The podcast where a frustrated husband gets to express the things that grind his gears, man. So I'm here for another episode, and I'm thanking y'all for rocking with me, all my subscribers, all of my followers, whatever. I have like 55 right now, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing good. Um, so welcome to another episode. I really wanted to make sure I got this one out because y'all are really coming on a ride with me because this is not just about doing a podcast. This is about my ongoing fight with procrastination. Right now I am recording this podcast at 11:30 at night because I told myself I was going to do it today and I refused to not do this podcast today. So it's 11:30 at night and right now I'm recording a podcast because I know I can't put it off for another day. So this is actually I don't know what order I'm gonna put them out in, but I know this is actually the second recording, and I was moved because I was gonna do a different topic, so we'll get to that in a little bit later. But some things happened during the week where I decided like, hey, I'm gonna switch the topic up, so I decided to go ahead and jump on it today. So at 11:30 at night, here I am recording the podcast. So just know that every podcast you see is one little win over procrastination. It's been something that's been wrecking. I ain't gonna say wrecking, but I've been fighting it my entire life. I've actually seen some studies that say that procrastination is actually just kind of over preparation, and you go over things and go over things and go over things, and so in the end, you think that you rushed and completed something, or that you just kind of flew by the seat of your pants. But studies have shown that a lot of times procrastinators are actually planning. So when they throw it together, we think that we do it better or we work better under pressure, when in actuality, a lot of that procrastination time was really time that you were planning. How many times have you gone over it in your head? How many different thoughts have you had about something? How many different topics of the podcast? How many different times have I gone over in my head how I would discuss a topic or how I would make a joke out of something, and then I get to the last minute at 11:30 at night, and then I put something together, and in your mind you're saying, hey, I strung that together pretty good, and or man, I work better under pressure. When actuality is the pressure just makes you be an adult and actually do what you need to do. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Why are there so many pillows? Another episode. We're gonna keep these coming. I'm really trying to work out a schedule because I'm trying to get some episodes in the bag before I put out the first one. But from the time I'm recording this, I think the first one will be coming out within the next couple of weeks, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be a every 2 week type deal, like an every 2 week podcast. I think that's kind of the best way to do it, so we don't get burnt out. And this is another episode today where I'm going to be running solo. I'm rolling solo. There are some episodes I have lined up with some guests, some of the guys from the group me I was talking about in the first episode. So you'll see some of those. Just keep looking out. Keep looking out for the podcast. If you like the first episode, if you watch this episode or listen to this episode and you like this episode, send me a message, DM me. So frustrated husband on Instagram. Just tell me keep at it. Tell me to fight that procrastination, that devil of procrastination. Definitely y'all can help me out with that. So we're gonna get this episode underway. I can never thank you enough for listening. That you and my 55 subscribers, none on YouTube yet. This is just all on Instagram. So go tell your people if you like the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it on Instagram. Share it once it gets up to YouTube, and that way we get all the followers we want. And then that way people can send me more information and send me more topics to talk about. But I was actually going to do a different topic today. But last week I had a terrible night of sleeping. And it's all my wife's fault because she is a bed hog, man. She's a bed hog. So it made me change my entire episode from a different topic that I was going to discuss to talking about why you hogging the bed. It's 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 annoying. I am a big dude. I am 255, 260 pounds. I'm about 6'1". My wife is 5'2". Yet we have a queen size bed. She feels like she needs the entire bed. I'm talking about a good 75 to 80% of the bed, and I end up almost falling off every night. So I had to sit and think about like what's really going on here. Like what's really happening? Is it just she was used to sitting in the middle of the bed for sleeping in the middle of the bed for all those years? Is it she's just trying to be close to me? And I came up with a couple things. I think my wife is a gentrifier. I call it bed gentrification because what she does is she doesn't just start off in the middle of the bed. What she does is she waits till I lay down on my side of the bed, and then she tries to cuddle or get closer, snuggle up to me. And I was like, oh, this is sweet. The first like year of marriage, I was like, oh, this is sweet. She wants to sleep up under me. This is cute. Now I'm not a big, I kind of like my space. I'm a bigger guy. I get hot easily and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, this is sweet. This is cute. This is what marriage is like. This is what being married is about. She snuggled up to me and everything like that, and I'm thinking, oh, that's wonderful. That's just so cute. She really likes me. And then I realized she's gentrifying the bed. So what she's doing is she's improving my side of the bed with her presence, which is cool. And that's what gentrifiers do: is they come to your neighborhood, and then they put up like a Jamba Juice, and you're like, man, the hood coming up. And then you start realizing everything they start putting up in the hood is not for you, and they're trying to put you out of your own community. Next thing you know, you can't even afford to live in your own community, and the area that you can actually live and afford in your community just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's what happens in my bed every night. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the bedroom because, it's that's a sanctified area, but I'm just talking about this particular topic because I know that I'm not the only man who deals with this. Definitely know I'm not the only man who deals with this. I did quite a bit of research. I'll get to that later. But the the gentrifying of the bed is a deceitful tactic, and for the longest I thought she was just being a sweet, loving, and doting wife, if that's the right word. But it turns out she's a bed gentrifier. She's just gentrifying the bed. She tricks me into ceding, more of the territory in the bed. And I think that we're cuddling, and next thing I know, she just gets closer and closer. And when I'm done cuddling, because when I'm going to sleep, I'm like, okay, it's time to go to sleep. So I might roll over, and she rolls right behind me. And next thing I know, my arm is hanging off the bed, my knee is hanging off the bed, and then I try to roll over to regain, my position, and she's like right there, right behind me. It's diabolical. So just about every night, my bed gets gentrified because the real estate that I own just keeps decreasing and decreasing. And if I want to get it back, I really gotta fight. I gotta fight. I gotta go, sign, get pamphlets, hang up flyers, and I gotta get people to, sign petitions just to get my little half of the bed back. Now, technically, let's be real with me. Y'all walk with me. Let me tell you a story. I am 2 to 3 times the size of my wife, so it should make sense that I should get 2 to 3 of the area, 2 to 3 times of the area of the bed, or 2/3, I should say, of the bed. My sliver of the bed should match, my body size. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's 6'1". I'm longer than the bed, and I'm, wide as a good half of the bed almost. So that should make sense. I should get, that much property. But no, she makes me take this big body and makes me live in a studio apartment. That's essentially what's happening. Now I can only afford a studio apartment side of the size of the bed. While she has a big 5-story mansion in Atlanta, I have a studio apartment in New York. And I don't appreciate it. And I have some solutions that I'm going to get into later, some research I did. I don't know if we should just be like Ricky Ricardo and Ricky and Lucy and just have 2 separate beds. I mean, we can get some twin beds. I know she's like, well, we should just get a king. But I'm going to tell you why that's not going to work. The king is not going to work because we've stayed in hotels, plenty of hotels. We love to travel. We've stayed in a bunch of hotels that have California kings. And I'm going to tell you what, the issue situation's the same. So, because I'm kind of an edge of bed sleeper anyway. Like, I don't know why I think I'm ready for action. Like, at any time I need to be able to roll out the bed, and pop up if something pop off. I don't know if that's what it is. That's what I'm going to say because it make me sound like a thug or something. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So maybe I sleep closer to the edge of the bed naturally because I want to be able to hop up if I need to. But that doesn't necessarily mean I need you pressing up against me. Because if I'm already on this edge of the bed and I'm maybe a foot from the edge, within legs, so I can take that one leg and like stick it off the bed and pop right up if I need to. I also want to be able to like throw an arm back or maybe slightly roll over because I'm going to sleep on both sides in the night. I'm going to sleep on the right and I'm going to sleep on the left. I'm going to face the wall and I'm going to face the center of the bed. So what I can't have is when I do face the center of the bed, I can't actually roll over and like take up any space. I have to actually lift my body up in the same place and turn my body over all in the same little area. There's no real estate for me to actually flip my body. I have to literally like get up and turn my entire body. So I'm saying this because, man, we got to do something. There needs to be some kind of movement. I told you we need to start signing petitions. We need to hire a city council member or something like that can give us our real estate back. We got to fight this gentrification of the bedroom. But like I said in previous episodes, it's not all about complaining. This is one that's very personal to me. A lot of the topics you'll see on the podcast are not going to just be about my wife. I don't want y'all to think everything I say is about my wife. This one definitely is. It definitely is. I'm not even going to lie about it. Like, I was going to do an entirely different type of episode before that night happened. Be fighting in her sleep, be getting scared. Then when I try to, like, tap her, oh, man. Y'all can see I'm really distraught. That's probably why I'm doing this podcast at 11:30 at night. Because I'm scared to go to sleep. Because every night it happens over and over. Like when you think that you won against gentrification, it happens again. Every night, 7 days a week. Bed gentrification. But again, it's not about just complaining. I did quite a bit of research. Like I said, I asked the Google. Because the Google will tell you just about everything you want to know. The Google will tell me I am not alone. If you want to find a community of anything, you can ask the Google. Because I found a Reddit clip. A Reddit, I don't even, what you call the things on Reddit? Or a thread. That's what it is. Reddit has threads. So I found a Reddit thread that basically was just comment after comment about women taking over the bed. So I know that I'm not alone. A lot of it was about taking the covers. My wife don't really do that. She's really more so of a bed hog. Half the time she's barely even under the covers. But it's just more so taking of the real estate. I had one comment that I don't like to cuss on my podcast, but she said apparently you should tuck the covers under your body, sleep in the middle of the bed. I can't move you because apparently you can be as mean as you need to be because apparently I am a sleep bitch. I never called my wife no bitch. That's what the lady on Reddit said. She said that she's a sleep bitch. I thought it was hilarious, but it's a common thing. It's a common thing amongst women all over the place. But so I did not just read all the comments; they were really funny. But I did find a couple articles. One of them in Psychology Today. One of them in Women's Health. Now, the one in Women's Health more so talked about being a blanket thief, which to me is they're kind of cousins, right? It's bed takeover 101. Either you're gonna be a blanket thief. I think that's the first step of bed gentrification is the blanket thievery. But the Women's Health magazine article says that men are not setting up the night properly. Like if you know your woman gets cold or you know your woman gets hot, whatever, relative to where you live, then you should set the night ahead of time. So you should, if it's, if your wife gets cold, you should, turn the heat on. Or if you get hot, you should turn the AC on, maybe sleep under a fan. You just don't have to wake up all stuffy. This is Texas. We get hot. You know what I'm saying? But sleeping under the fan can kind of give you that cold. And right now with COVID, it'll make you think you have COVID. So, but it says you should prepare for the night. But I don't know what it is because, the nighttime is a tricky thing because you can go to sleep comfortable and you still going to wake up in 2 to 3 hours sweating or freezing. So it's really hard. I don't know about that one, Women's Health. I don't know if you can really set the night off properly because I think like your body becomes like a radiator in the middle of the night. Like it just starts radiating heat or it starts to just dissipate heat really fast and then you just don't know how the night's going to go. The Women's Health also says you should wake her up and take the blanket back. That's not gonna help. Um, so I should wake her up and then move her to the other side of the bed, but that's not gonna work. I told you my wife wake up fighting. Like you can't wake her up and move her because she gonna swing on me. And I'd rather not, get a black eye or something like that and have to go to work and explain that I tried to move my wife, mid sleep. So that article didn't help very much. Women's health, I don't know about it. Another thing with Psychology Today, they have an article that suggests that it's not that women want to hog the bed, it's that they want your smell. So it's a bed hog. They're bed hogs and cover kleptos is what they call them. And it says they just want to your smell. So it's like subconsciously they're trying to wrap themselves in your scent, or they're trying to get close to your scent, which exists, of course, on your body and on the blankets. Animals do the same things, including orangutans. I'm not comparing my wife to an orangutan, but it is, it's something that we could use, gentlemen, fellas. Uh, Maybe she just wants your smell. So what we should do? This is what I'm thinking. Take a cover, roll it on the bed, right? We have a body pillow. So I think what I'm gonna do is take the body pillow, hug it every night, like with my good manly scent, and then I'm gonna sit that next to her so she can cuddle with that, so I can sleep. I can maintain my peaceful sleep for the rest of the night. We'll see if that works. I ain't gonna try it tonight, but I'll try it one of these nights. So yeah, she wants your smell. I also went through a Cosmopolitan magazine article that really just listed a bunch of things that women was like, you ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't encroach on my space when y'all encroach on ours. Um, Another one was, I don't get why you're putting your face on my pillow when you have your own. I ain't gonna lie. It says nothing is more terrifying than waking up with someone's face in your face. That has happened to us before. And my wife, I've scared the hell out of my wife. Probably why she wakes up swinging. But that face to face wake up, that's nothing. Even if you know who it is and you know you went to sleep next to somebody, that waking up with somebody right in your face is ridiculously scary for some reason. I think that's also why I sleep. I'm always gonna end the night with my back to my wife. Um, so maybe it's fear. I'm always gonna end up with my back to my wife. I don't know what it is. I switch it through the night, but if she's facing me, when I turn to face her, I turn back around the other way. Like there's no BS. I do that every time. Um, so just going through trying to find some solutions, trying to find some answers. Oh, here's a funny one. It says your body goes underneath the flat sheet. I didn't know that either. I sleep right up under the comforter. But none of these things are gonna help me reclaim, our community, man. None of it's gonna help us reclaim the gentrified areas of our bed. But I did find another Psychology Today article that talks about if your woman is pushing up close on you, it is likely that you're not giving her enough warmth. And they don't necessarily just mean warmth in terms of actual like physical warmth. They really mean physical touch. And this really is probably the kicker for me. Because in the love language thing, you have the five love language. Physical touch is very high up on my wife. So maybe your wives, they may be really heavy on the physical touch, and you're not giving enough of it to them during the day, which I'm probably really guilty of. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm probably really guilty of. So it says that she's basically overcompensating for the lack of physical touch I give throughout the day, and so she pushes up against me at night. But I can see that definitely, because a lot of times my wife, she just wants some physical touch. It doesn't matter. I don't get the feet thing, like putting your cold feet on me. That's not physical touch to me. But I get it. I'll let you cuddle a little bit, but there's limits to it. You know what I'm saying? There's limits to it. But it's not so much the cuddling. It's like, why can't we ever cuddle on your side of the bed though? You feel me? Like, why can't we like meet on your side? It's kind of like when women say, what's mine is mine and what's yours is ours. That's kind of how the bed goes. Like my side is our side, but your side is your side. So if you get mad, you can retreat to your side and it's cool. But if everything good, then it's like we gonna meet on your side of the bed. It's like you got to pick me up. We gonna take up your space, and then that whole half of the bed is just empty, and we pushed up like two cigarettes in a cigarette pack and a pack of Newports up on the edge of the bed. And I'm thinking she gonna push me off one day. So I really do think that's actually probably gonna be the first thing that topic on the show that I think I found a legit answer. It's the physical touch thing. She's overcompensating, possibly. It's according to Psychology Today. She's overcompensating for my lack of physical touch. I got to take that one to the face. So maybe if I give her a physical touch throughout the day, it's gonna be hard because we be working. But maybe when I come home, I can try to get some physical touch. I try that, like get some physical touch, be a little more cozy throughout the day. So that way, by the time we get to the bed, not bedroom part of the night, actually going to sleep, maybe she'll her physical touch tank or her love tank will be full, and then maybe she won't need to gentrify the bed. That's a possibility. Psychology Today might have given me some answers. And then the other suggestion was just get two separate beds. So just do it Lucy and Ricky style. This was I don't even know where this came from, but it just says Q's View. So I think it's just it's a mattress industry blog. Of course, the mattress industry blog is gonna give you, the solution that makes you buy more mattresses, that makes you get additional mattresses. But it doesn't say necessarily two beds, but it says to get that like king bed where it's really your two twin beds pushed together. And that way there's like a division between it. And I don't know if you ever slept in one of those beds, but those things dangerous. I don't think that's the solution for us because we've stayed in a hotel like that before. And once you slide in that little crevice, man, it's no coming back, right? It's no coming back. And we stay losing the remote. I sleep with the TV on, and we stay losing the remote. So nothing's going to be worse than like that remote sliding in between, like that crevice between the two beds, and the TV too loud. I'm thinking I'm covering our bases here. But we also can't get like that Lucy and Ricky. Like y'all remember Lucy and Ricky, like they not only had two beds. I know Dick Van Dyke Show, I think they did too. Not only had two beds, but they had a legit night table in between their beds. Like how did y'all make little Ricky? Like it's just like, hey, we gonna come over to your bed today. Even if we had two beds though, I bet when it was that time to do the do or whatever, we would still come to my bed. It's like taking my car. Like I don't want to drive. We can take your car. We can still take your car though. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't want to drive, we can still get on your side and whatever. I don't want to get too much deep into that. I told y'all, that's private. So the two bed thing, I don't think will work for us. The bed industry is trying to sell us another bed. I didn't realize that was a bed industry blog. There's blogs for everything. It's just like there's podcasts for everything. And then they're trying to explain to us that they say the National Sleep Foundation says that 1 in 4 couples sleep separately. I don't know about 1 in 4. That's 25%. Maybe 10 to 15% sleep separately. I mean, we have two beds, but I just don't see us sleeping separately. It's not going to work for us. Fellas, let me know what you think. I don't know. Like, do any of y'all sleep separate? I have some male followers, even some female followers, some women followers. Like, let me know. Hit me in the DM on Instagram, Frustrated Husband. I want to know, how do y'all solve this problem? Do you just eat it? Do you just take it? Or do you like I'm trying to do and find solutions? So yeah, the mattress industry just wants us to get another bed. They say 1 in 4 couples. I mean, I don't know. National Sleep Foundation is probably funded by the mattress industry, big mattress. So I think it's just trying to get us to buy more mattresses. We do need a new bed, and I'm thinking about going with the king, but I still don't know if spending, $1,000 is gonna solve the problem. So before I spend that money, I want to try to solve the problem. And I think I found an answer, even though buying another one's not the same. I did see one about British people. It says that British people actually only 57% of couples feel like their bed is their bed space is not evenly split. So maybe British people just nicer than us. I don't know. Maybe British women are not sleep bitches, as the Reddit article said, or Reddit thread said. That's gonna be my takeaway from it. I really probably just need to, and maybe you do try that too. If you have this problem of your woman gentrifying the bed, your wife gentrifying the bed, maybe it's she's searching for physical touch. So I'm coming away from this with two solutions. The first one is I take the body pillow and I rub it all over my body and get my scent on it. Right? So yeah, my first solution would be to roll myself in the body pillow and maybe like throw that in the bed, like throw that to her and let her like roll up and hug up on that. Or the second one probably is the best answer, is just give more physical touch throughout the day and maybe have her physical touch love tank full, or her decanter, as I like to say, her love decanter. Maybe fill that up throughout the day with more physical touch. So maybe when it's time to go to sleep, she doesn't feel the need to gentrify the bed and put up a Jamba Juice in the bed and kick a black man out of all of his real estate that his family has worked so hard for. Yeah, that's real. So I do appreciate y'all listening to me. It looks like we actually found an answer today. I'm gonna try it. Fellas listening, try it, man. If she's up on you all the time, just give her a little physical touch throughout the day. Maybe that'll help. Or get the body pillow and put your scent on it. Whichever works for you. I think the physical touch part probably would be a little bit better. It'll work towards a little bit better marriage. So I'm gonna work on that. I'll let y'all know how it goes in future episodes. I'll revisit the future episodes. I do want to say, based on the first episode, we have made progress. She has rearranged the living room, but there are less pillows on the couch. She moved them around to some other chairs and things like that. So maybe I'm making some headway. So since she watched that episode, maybe she made some changes. So now that I've done this research, and Psychology Today has helped me understand that I'm just not giving her enough physical touch, then maybe I can do my part, in the bed thievery, the bed gentrification. So I do appreciate y'all listening to me. I'm going to close it out at this 11:30 to midnight podcast. So again, you're not just coming with me on a ride, and exploring, marriage and everything like that, and kind of funny things that happen in our marriage that we complain about. But you're also coming on a personal journey with me to fight procrastination. Because if I can do this podcast every week or every other week or however, often I set it up, and I can do it consistently, that would be a huge, huge development in my personal life. And then if I have episodes like this where I'm figuring out maybe I just need to give more physical touch, maybe I work on even being a better husband. Because sometimes I'm trash. We all trash. I'm going to be real about it. Sometimes we just be trash. Think y'all like the hat. I didn't feel like doing that with my hair. I don't want to forget. So every episode I'm going to try to wear something that you can support. Right now I don't have any advertisers or commercials or brand deals or anything like that. Maybe one day we get there as I fight this procrastination. But this is actually my cousin's line, man, and it's one of my favorite shirts. This was his Juneteenth release. Eat, Pray, Survive. It's Razzle Apparel. Oh, wrong arm. Razzle Apparel. That's my kinfolk. So I wanted to rock this shirt. Actually, I was going to do a different shirt today and support somebody else, but I happened to have the shirt on today, and I was like, let's just go and knock it out, So support his shirt, Eat, Pray, Survive, and then on the back, if I can show it to you. On the back, it has a fist with all the names, a lot of the names, I should say, of individuals that we've lost, unarmed individuals we lost to police brutality. So he has other shirts too, but this is one of my favorites, probably my favorite shirt that he's released. Went and picked it up from him in person, like, hey, I need that shirt. And it was the Juneteenth. So I actually had a couple people ask me about it. Hopefully he's going to release it again, or if he makes them individually. I'll go ahead and plug in his IG page here at Razzle Apparel. If you want to get one of those shirts, maybe we get enough pub about it, he'll release this particular shirt again. I really like it. It's a powerful message. And he's my cousin, so we definitely going to support him. Other episodes, I'm trying to do something different every episode. Last episode, y'all saw me supporting my wife's statement and her merch. So today is his. Next time it'll be somebody different. one day maybe we'll have a charity or something like that. You know, I support my university quite a bit. So maybe there'll be some charities involved and some other people you can support, up until the point where I have, even after I have maybe a brand deal or some ads or something like that. But I always want to spread the love, man, and just tell people, you know, there's always people you can support. Support me. I'm going to tell you to support somebody else too. I'm wrapping it up. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, again, follow me on Instagram at The Frustrated Husband. You can also follow me on my YouTube page, which has yet to be named. So I'll plug that in at a later time in the episode. One day, hopefully, I can get enough followers, and then we can make this a legit, like, full out podcast across all platforms. So that way, you don't have to sit and hold your phone. Because I know YouTube is kind of trash with the way, because I do it at work, where you have to have your screen open. So I understand some people, you know, need the actual podcast just so they can listen, without having to like hold their phone captive all day. Maybe you move around, maybe you want to listen while you work out, and you're not actually looking at your phone. So keep watching, telling your friends. That way we can get to the point where we have enough followers where we can make this a podcast. My solo podcast will probably be about 30 minutes. All of my ones with guests may be 45 or so. But I'm going to start bringing in my boys. We're going to start chopping it up about maybe some issues they want to discuss. But another solo episode. Thank y'all for watching The Frustrated Husband. Why There's So Many Pillows podcast. Another episode in the bag. Y'all have a good one. Check me out on all platforms at The Frustrated Husband.